Hi everyone. Okay, so this video we're going to do just a fun little exercise. And so if you watch the video on how to draw a standing figure, that might be good to watch first before you try this. We're going to start off with some scribbles and simple scribbled lines. I mean, they can be complex, but and you can have a friend draw them for you, or you can draw them yourself. So I'm just going to try to not think too much about this and just draw some some random lines. Okay, so I have one, two, three, four, five, six different lines, and what I'm going to try to draw are figures conforming to these lines, using these lines as a starting point to draw the figure. Okay, so it's going to take some imagination on your part. So I'm just kind of saying, like when you stare at clouds in the sky, some people, when they stare at the clouds, they say, "Oh, I see something. I see an animal. I see a person. I see this or that." Uh, and some people look at clouds and they see clouds. They don't see anything. That's fine. I mean, so when we look at these lines right here, I'm trying to imagine where I can fit a figure up along that line. It's almost like I can use them as the spine of the person. Uh, and the shapes that we create, the major shapes we want to think about are the head, the rib cage, and the pelvis, the hip. Okay, so we'll start off with this one right here. Let's take our time. Where can I place the figure um, onto this line or use it as a starting point? So I will change the line to black. I'm going to start off at the top here. I'm going to put a circle representing the head. There's the head of our figure. Let's see here. So the shoulders will be right there. And I think it's going to be from the back view of the figure. Okay, so there's the back of the head. There's the shoulder. And the rib cage will be right here. Okay, so that's the rib cage. Kind of like organic shapes, round. There's a circle for the head, rib cage. And where would the hips be? Put the hip there. And I noticed one thing just doing that. There's kind of a longer distance than I want for the midsection, the abdomen area, but it's okay. It's kind of a loose drawing. Let's see here. So next, I have to connect these pieces together. So here, from the circle of the head, I'm going to create kind of like a cylinder, a shape off to the side. This is what it would look like. A little narrower at the top and a little bit wider at the base. So I connect that to the neck. And then, let's see here, the arms. So I'm going to create a shape of that's the left arm. This is the right arm. Here's the forearm. And this one's kind of going off the page. Yeah. So how do I connect this rib cage to the hip? Let's see here. I'm just going to follow along that curve, wider at top, and then connect to the hip. And then from the hip, okay, so this is our upper leg, okay. And let's see, this will be our lower leg. Here's our ankle, and this is the line of our foot. our left foot. So for the foot, I'm just going to just do this shape. Okay. Now for the right leg of the figure, what should I do? So right leg of the figure, we can just repeat this shape. Copy that. There. There's our figure. Okay, so for this one, the next one, how can I do this one right here? Let's see. So there's the shoulder. There's the head. And so that will be our hip area. And this will be the feet. Okay, so let's try this out here. We've got the head, the rib cage. There we got the hip. So let's put a circle on this one for the tummy area. And this is where we'll connect. This is the knee area. So we'll connect the knee to upper thigh, back of the calf. Oops, we'll just do a tapered cylinder here. Okay, there's our feet here. Let's wait on the feet. And over here on the other side, this is where our leg would be, and I'm going to move that outwards a little bit. Okay, and then for the arms, I'll just put them off to the side here. And this one, the arm will bend wider at the top. I just do this shape for the hand. Make that a little bit narrower. And then for the neck, wider at the bottom, narrow at the top. And then for the feet, what can we do for the feet here? So we'll just do this shape for the feet. Okay. All right. Connect some of the shapes. Very, very crude, very kind of loose way of drawing. How many heads high is this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, close to 8. Okay. What about this one over here? That's what's the figure doing right here? So let's see. I'll put the head down here. So this is the spine. It's turning. This is the hip. In between, this would be the neck area, but here, this is where the rib cage would be. Let's make that look more elegant. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Head, rib cage, hip. 1, 2, 3. Head, rib cage, hip. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now we're going to let's draw another shape here. connect the rib cage to the hip. And then we're going to attach a neck so it's narrower at the top, wider as it connects to the rib cage. And then where is the distance between this and the ground here? It's about right here, so that's where the knee will be. And we're going to make the upper leg curved. Curved on the front, curving down to the knee, and then a little bit straighter going up to the hip. And then for the lower leg, it's going to be straighter in the front and a little bit curved in the back. And then for the feet, we'll just do a wedge. How's the length of the foot there, guys? What if we made that foot this small? That's not good enough. It's too tiny. So let's see, this is the lower leg here. Let's make it at least 60% of that. There we go. So we have the head, the torso, the rib cage, the abdomen. We have the hip. Now, I'll just double this up for the other leg. Just copy that over, offset it slightly. What are we going to do for the arms? Okay, so you can do many things. Let's see what's okay. Should we just leave it armless? I don't know. Kind of weird. How about this? So here's the connection, his upper arms to his shoulders, okay? So this part here, and then we're going to dip it down lower right there and bring it up. So he's going to be holding his head. Wow, this guy's having a bad day. So the upper arm, we're going to create a shape. Wider at top, narrower towards the elbow. Here, this is the forearm. We're going to, it's a little bit, gosh, you know what, guys? Let me bring that a little bit higher. There you go, that's better. All right, so wider at the shoulders, narrower toward the elbows. There's our shape. And from the elbow, here's the elbow right here, we're going to create a little bit wider, and as it comes closer away towards the wrist, here's the wrist. And then for the hand, we'll just create a simple shape. He's just kind of cradling his head. Ouch, he just bumped his head. And his left arm, it could make it kind of busy, but we'll just double up this arm right here and just put a line right there representing his other arm. Okay, wow. You know, they're not as stiff as the standing figure. So now if you're using more organic lines, you notice a bit more lively, a little bit more lifelike, biomorphic shapes of the earth. Okay, so this one, what should we do with this one? What shall we do here? You know what, should we do the whole figure? That's the question. Or do we crop up and do the head here, the rib cage? Let's take a look at this a little bit more. Okay, for this one, let's try this here. So I see an arm right here. And I'm going to put a head on the ground. Okay, and then the rib cage would be right there. And then the hip would be from there, like right there. Okay, so let's start up here. We can connect the neck so it's narrower at the head and then wider, connect to upper body. And here's the shoulder, the right shoulder of the figure, the left shoulder. Or this is the right shoulder, this is the... Is this figure facing us or moving away from us? maybe it's looking away from us. So this would be the right shoulder of the figure. This is the left shoulder. So from there, I'm going to draw the upper arm. And I'm going to extend this out just a little bit. Here's the lower arm. Other side, I'm going to start off wider towards the torso, and it narrows. Excuse me. So we narrow towards the elbow. This is the elbow. And this tapers again, wider towards the elbow, and then it narrows. Let me straighten that out a little bit. There you go. So there we have the lower arms, upper arms. And for the hands, gosh, what can we do? We'll just do this shape. Kind of like a triangle shape for right now. So far, so good. And then let's put like another circle or oval between the hip. Okay. So this is the hard part here. At the hip, how do we position the leg? So this will be one leg. So from the hip, it's the length. That's okay. And that's the back of the hamstrings. And this will be the lower leg. Okay. Let's see. This will be the foot. So how do we position the foot here? Because it's from the rear, this will be the ankle, and this will be the foot drawn away from us. Okay. Okay, so for the other leg, where should we put the other leg? Let's try this. How about we extend it out from the hip over on this side? So wider at the top, narrower here, and it's the back of the leg. So let's kind of echo this shape and form. So there's our lower leg. And then this is the heel of the person we're looking at. So moving away from us, there's their foot. Okay, get more. Yeah, there's the hip area right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes already. And they're not perfect, you know, they're very loose kind of gesture drawings, just kind of create the hint of the movement position of the body. And I had really no preconceptions or idea of how these would turn out, but what do you guys think? How they look so far? Okie doke. Let's move on here. What about this shape here? How do we reconcile the figure to this shape? Any suggestions? Where should we put the head? In a strange way, you can almost place it anywhere. Maybe. Okay. Is this the top of the head? Is this the top of the head? Is this the top of the head? Okay, I'm going to put the head right there. I see a figure. So there's the head. And then we're going to connect it to the shoulders with that shape, the neck. And this will be the rib cage. And these will be our arms. Okay, guys. So let's first start off with, here's the shoulder. There's this one shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. And this will be our exaggerated upper arm. Let's kind of shorten that a little bit. Okay, and then here's the lower arm. And this, we'll put a little circle here representing the wrist. Here's the elbow. And here we will just put a triangle, kind of boat-like shape, kind of representing the hand cradling the tummy. And this green line will be the tummy. And then we're going to put a a shape down here, an oval representing the hip. There's the hip. Let's move on to the other side. We're going to draw the shoulder, the right shoulder of the figure coming down. And it tapers down and it goes back up. It's wider as it connects to the body. Here's the elbow area. Here's the lower arm coming down. Okay, I don't want to make it too short, so if I made it that short, there's some foreshortening. I don't want that. Foreshortening is in perspective objects coming towards us. So there's objects that look closer to us, the same size that are closer to us, look larger. So this is more of a side view of the lower arm. So it's wider at the top, narrower as it gets down here. So there's our wrist. Let's see, before we do the hand here, let's draw where the legs would be. There's the right leg coming up, attaching to the hip, and then there's the other leg. And I'm just gonna, where the knees meet right here, I'll just go ahead and put a line showing almost like his leg is kind of bent backwards. Okay, so that's his lower leg. Okay, and this hand right here, let's just do like this shape right here. Let me draw that off to the side. This is the hand shape of the hand that I just drew. Okay. And then for the foot, because it's the back heel of the foot, there you go. That represents the foot back there. And this guy, I don't know, might be hurt. It's a little uncomfortable. Oh gosh. Oh man, okay. I won't put any facial features in here. Not today. How's that look? So that's 3, that's figure 5. Wow, a lot of motion here going on. Okay. All right, over here. Let's finish this off here. What figure can we place within this using this line? And you know, when you're doing this by yourself or with a friend or a group, have fun with it. Make mistakes. It can be silly. Just play. Just relax and enjoy yourself. And by making it fun, you're going to stay engaged and keep practicing and getting better with your skills. All right. Do you have any ideas for this line right here? Okay, the whole figure. See if I put the circle up here. What about right here? You know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this from right above the figure, not profile. So this is the head. Okay, from above. We're a bird looking down on somebody. Okay, so as we look down, transparent, this is the head. Okay, here's the rib cage. The legs. Here's the left hip. Oops. Here's the hip. Okay, this is the left leg, the right leg. Here's the lower leg. We're looking down. And then for the feet, we'll just do this shape for the left foot. And this for the right foot, looking from above. Okay, so remember there's our, and then these are the shoulders. So this is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder. And then from here to here, where's our elbow? That's where our one elbow would be. That's where our other elbow would be. And so we're going to connect this line to the shoulder. And we're going to go wider, closer to the body. So there's his upper arm. He or she's, his or her upper arm on the left. And this is the elbow area. And this is what we'll use to connect to this line here. And I really like this green line here. It's a nice graceful line. So this is the forearm, left forearm, and then for for the hand, I'm just going to do this little mitten-like shape. So that kind of represents the fingers here. Yeah, so there's one mitten, and then one left hand, excuse me. And then here, this is the elbow, and then this is the shape larger, wider towards the body, and then narrows, tapers to the elbow. Here's the elbow. And for this, we're going to keep that short forearm. It's going to look like it's going downwards towards the ground. And then for the hand, we're just going to do this shape. And the thumb right there. I don't know what they're doing with their hand. Just kind of whipping around. So it's not kind of an odd position, kind of a weird angle to look at this shape and form, but it's from above looking down. Away from us. Okay? So that's figure 6. Let's see if I colored in the background the color. Does it help to see the figures? How's that look? So this shape down here, I can fix this foot. It wasn't fully enclosed, so let me try that. Let's repaint that, color that in white. There we go. Oh, this shape over here. This needs to be enclosed too. So let's create an enclosed shape for the color not to spill out of this shape and form. Go back in and fill that in. Oops, 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 oops. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to use a different color. Let me use that different color. Redraw that arm. Okay, let's try that again. Change the color. There we go. What do you think? So the proportions aren't perfect, but we still, we were looking at the connection with the curved lines, and this is the head, this is the rib cage, this is the hip area. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Down there. You get the idea. Did you like the colors and the lines? Let me know if you found this exercise interesting at all. You can do this periodically. So as you progress in your drawing studies, you can see if you're getting better at that, or it's becoming a little bit easier for you to figure out how to lay out the figure and the shapes. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.